Good morning, students. Today we will begin our first chapter of your computer storage and memory device. So, in this chapter, we will study about the storage capacity, the memory, where the data information being stored. So, about that we will study in this chapter. Okay. So, first of all, as we know that what is computer is an electronic machine as you know it, and computer comprises two main components. What are that we call the hardware and software. As you know that what we call hardware and software. Okay, these two are the main component of the computer, hardware and software. So, and these two are interdependent to each other. If there will be no hardware, computer will not run, or if there is no software, computer will not run. So for running computer, to switch on our computer, we should have hardware as well as software. Now, storage and memory device. So first of all, we will know what is data and information. Then after, we will know units of storage. Okay, so in previous classes we learned about without our help computer cannot work. As we know that computer need what? Computer, without our help computer will not work. Okay, because it has no any on memory, on sense of humor. Okay, until and unless we provide instruction to the computer, it will not work. These instructions contain characters like digits, alphabet, or special characters. Whatever the instruction we are giving, it contains which type of things: digits, alphabet, or special characters. The set of characters represent fact or figure known as data. So what is data? It is a character that represents fact or figure known as data. Further, data can be processed by CPU to give you your desired output is known as information. After processing the data, whatever the result we are getting, that we call the information. Actually, what is data? Data is a raw material, means unprocessed data. Sorry, unprocessed information. Which information is not processed, that we call the data. After processing, that we call the information. Hence, we can say collections of raw facts and figure entered by us known as data, and when this data is processed is known as information. Understood? Now next we will see this raw data and useful information. Raw data means which is unprocessed, which is just we have kept it here, means which is raw, and then after when it is processed, that is called that is your information. To understand it better, as we know that computer follow the cycle which we call IPO cycle. What we call IPO cycle? I, as you know that it is stand for input, P stands for process, and that is O stands for output. Okay, so as you can see, input means whatever the information, the instructions we are giving to the computer, that we call the input. Once it is entered to the CPU, the work is been processed, means whatever the input, that will be processed here, and after processing we will get the final output, the result. Okay, so this input we are entering the data, raw data here we are entering. After this raw data we are having the output means we are getting the result. This result is nothing but is your information. Okay, so what you have to understand, whatever the data you have entered, this data when it give the meaningful result. Okay, what you will get the meaningful result, when you will get meaningful output, that we call the information. Okay, so now this is about, you can see it, this is about your data and information. So some examples we will see, then you will also understand it. We can relate with our some real world daily life examples. Like suppose you bought vegetable from the market and the vegetable are raw. Okay, you are buying vegetable from the market which is raw, means which is unprocessed. Okay, and right now, but once your mother cook your favorite dish, the vegetable are eatable. Okay, once it was cooked, so now your vegetable is eatable. Okay, so in this example, how you can understand the vegetable which is raw means just you bring from the that you what you have done, which you have bring from, just you have bring it from the market. So that vegetable is your data. Okay, that vegetable is your data. Then after this vegetable where this vegetable was cooked. So this, when it was cooked, it is called the process. Okay, okay, after processing this vegetable will ready, it will be ready to eat. So now it is eatable. Okay, now your dish is ready, whatever the dish is there. Now this vegetable is cooked now, so this is your output, or after this you will get the information, and this is called your output. Okay, so likewise you can understand it. Okay, now some examples also you can see. Suppose you are booking a movie ticket online. You enter all your details like name, date, time, mobile number, email ID and location to the computer. The details are processed and you get a book ticket. Okay, so when your details, like your details, name, date, time, these details were processed, is called the, this detail processed is called your, after processing you will get the ticket. So when you are giving these details, that is your data. After booking, means ticket is booked, that is your information. Okay, means your movie ticket is the information, your name, date, these are all are the your data. I hope you understand. Okay, now some more are there, you just read it. Now we will study about, we will learn units of data storage. Means, as we know that computer can store the some data informations, they can store in his memory. To when it is stored in the computer memory, we can measure it also. Measure it means how much size it was taken, how much space is left. So to measure this memory units, okay, we will study about this, the storage units. Okay, so what is the capacity, what is the size of memory? To evaluate, to estimate the size of memory, we will know by the help of units of, that is your data storage units. We know that computer does not understand human language. That's true. This computer is not understanding our language. So how it understand? They understand machine language only. Which language it understand? Only machine language, means machine understandable, like code. Okay, code and computer. And whenever you enter data, the data to computer to get converted into the machine. Means suppose you have written a, you have typed a, and it is now in the computer. So now this a will be converted into some code, and it is which type of code? Machine language code. Okay, in the machine code computer will understand. Okay, and generally this machine language is about 0 and 1 only, because computer understand binary codes, that which is 0 and 1 only. 0 stands for on, 0 stands for of on, and 0 stands for off, 1 stands for on. Okay, this is on, this is off, and this is on. Okay, now you can see it here, and this code is known as the machine code. Okay, when you feed data to the computer, it converted into machine code, then process and change into the actual form. Got it? Now next you can see, a computer can understand two states, on represented by 1, as I told that 1 will be for the on, and off represented for the this 0. 0 is represented for off, means on off. On means 1, off means 0. Okay, and this code is known as binary digits. Okay, and this particular this bit 0 or this 1 or 0, this particular 1 or 0 is called bits. Every data enters by you stored in computer memory in form of bits are measured in bytes. Okay, all these bits are measured by the help of bytes. Okay, the smallest unit of the measurement of the memory is your byte. Okay, also nibble is there, NIBBLE, nibble, but generally we will use the byte is the smallest unit to measure the computer memory size. Okay, now you can see this chart is given, this computer memory size. You have to write in your copy and learn it. This is your homework. Okay, you can see it. 8 byte equals to 1 byte, 1024 byte equals to 1 kilobyte. Means you can see the smallest is the, like 8 bits equals to 1 byte. The smallest is the bits like 0 1, these are the bits. And 8, suppose this kind of 8 digit will combine, so it will make the byte. As I told, the smallest is the byte, but also this bits is the most smallest one. Also the nibbles is also smallest. Means first nibble will come, then bits, then byte. Generally we are saying that byte. Okay, byte is the smallest one, but bits is the most smallest, and also the most smallest, then the bits will be the nibbles. Likewise you can see this 1 GB equals to 1 terabyte. So you have to write this in your copy, these units, memory size, and you have to learn. Got it? Now next, our brain has some memories, and single memory has stored visuals of everydays in it. The same way computer stores some data in its memory. As we are storing some visuals in our memory, same way computer can also store its data in its memory. Every computer has its own certain amount of memory, and the capacity is determined by the amount of data and instruction that a computer store, either permanent or temporary. Okay, so computer can store its data for the either for the temporary or for the permanent. Okay, now this computer memory is divided into two categories. Here you can see, this is first is your internal memory and external memory. Also one memory is there, cache memory, CACHE, cache memory is there. Okay, that's also the part of memory which is the fastest memory, cache memory. Okay, but basically generally we have to know there are, it is divided into two categories, internal and external. Internal memory which is inside the computer, external which is outside of the computer. As you can see, the example of the internal memory, your RAM and ROM. External memory, hard disk, CD, DVD, pen drive, and SD cards. Okay, RAM stands for random access memory, ROM stands for read only memory. So this memory chart you have to also draw in your copy and learn it. Okay, in the next class we will discuss about the memory. Okay.